Now, Mitch, you're also known for Shocker as well. What if somebody came up with an idea of a reboot of that somehow? I don't know how it could work. Anything can work in movies, but if they were to do maybe a reboot or a reimagining of that movie, would you be involved at all in
without
any way?
Wes,
That's true. Yeah.
Of course, because he was such a big part of everything, yeah, I don't know. I certainly, not the character. If they did, maybe just a kind of a cameo, some, TV repairman in the background, something.
It's like a little cameo.
Yeah, just something like that. But I can't imagine if they,
Personally, that character scared the shit out of me.
He was so goofy, though.
I was so young when I saw it. I was maybe not so young, maybe about 9 or 10 when I saw it. So it came off as very scary to me. To watch it now, I enjoy the character more. But as a kid, I don't know. There was something about also the VHS box work or whatever, just scared the crap out of me. Every time I saw that cover, I just feel like.
Well, that's good. It's good to know. I have to tell you, I had so much fun doing that movie and playing that character because I got to be as over the top as I wanted to be, and even more so because Wes kept yelling from off camera, more, make it bigger, do more, say this. Oh my God, Wes, Jesus, my career is going to be over. It hasn't even started. But I can't watch it. I just have a hard time watching it because it's so. Just scenery chewing is just insane. But boy, it was sure fun doing it.
Good to hear because it was fun to watch later on when I was.
And it's funny because as the years have gone by, it's got this cult following and it's more popular now than it was when.
Yeah, the re-release of it on Blu-ray it really had a second life to it with I guess the Scream Factory. They with all their special features and all that stuff. They kind of all these movies that you haven't heard of for a long time. Make you want to go and buy it again. I don't know.
I remember it was after the electrocution scene of the speech the speech that he has, and Michael Murphy was playing, Pete Berg's adoptive father, as it turns out. And I can remember he told me later on they were there because they were sitting in the witness gallery watching me get executed. And he's got this Horace Pinker has this just insane speech. Before they throw the switch, and Pete told me that Michael Murphy turned to him at one point and said, "Man, he really gets into it, doesn't he?" Because I think it was like, yeah, it was fun. It was crazy.
That was your big break. That
was pretty much really walking into a room and meeting Wes Craven, and then walking into a room and meeting Chris Carter were the two biggest moments of my career. So
there you go. Two important people in your life. I guess.
Very.
Right on. Anybody got a question? We'll be wrapping it up soon. Okay. Oh, there you go. You got a mic and everything. Fantastic.
I'm just wondering if there's anything, talking about a lot of different TV shows, obviously you've been involved in, you were in, one of the big ones that was on. For anything that's on TV right now, is there a show on right now that you would love to be taking part in?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff on like on Netflix and Amazon. I love Ozark, the series Ozark, Jason Bateman and Lorelai. I think it's just wonderful. But stuff like that. That's what I've told my agents to really gear my career towards now. If I can do stuff like that, that's what I'd really like to do.
Why don't you do something on Glow?
I love Glow. Glow's That's a great series. That's one of my faves. Yeah, it's wonderful. What made you say that?
Oh, because
watch it.
Yeah, we love it.
Great,
yeah.
Isn't it good?
And I can just see you being thrown down on the mat.
We're sitting here talking to each other at microphones, and we're 2 feet away from each other. The throwing down stuff. No, I don't know, but I think it's a great series. But there's some really good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I think. Yep. There we go.
Okay, so you guys have said that there's not going to be another X-Files movie or series, but what about the Lone Gunman? Would you guys be interested in doing a spin-off movie of that?
I did that.
Join in?
I did that.
Well, I know the series, but I'm talking like a movie.
Well, I always thought there should be a spin-off from The Syndicate. This was around the time of the Golden Girls, and I was thinking, we should have the golden men. And we gather around.
Wrong time. Wrong era. It's funny because when I found out that they were doing the spin-off, The Lone Gunman, I was like, they're spinning off The Lone Gun. They're getting their own series. And I went to Chris and go, what about me? What about Skinner? And he looks at me and goes, what would it be about? And I was like, I have no idea. What about me? Couldn't even imagine. A series about Skinner, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, your rookie years, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, but
There's a pimp on it.
we could do a Skinner Smoking Man, kind of like Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty.
Yes.
We could really develop an ongoing sequence, and then after we retire, other actors will take over our parts.
Exactly.
And it'll go on and on and on.
Which will be very soon. Anybody else? You had a question. Do you have a question? You have a question.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You both are famous now, and looking back, what started your careers? Like, when did you decide that I'm going into the to be an actor? What actually moved your career forward? What was this event? Something that is, you can say, this is a pivotal event in my life that actually moved me.
Well, for me, it was my senior year of high school. I played football and I wrestled, and I took a chorus class just because all the girls were in chorus, and I thought it'd be an easy grade. So I just kind of went in and to be a goof and sit back in the bass section with the other guys and goof off, but I could sing, but my teacher didn't know it. The lady who ran the class didn't know it. And but they were getting ready to do the casting for the musicals, and they were doing West Side Story. And I'm sitting in the back of the class one day, and she calls me up, and I'm like, "Whoa, what?" So I get up there, and she says, "I want you to sing Maria." And she goes, "I understand you can sing," and I go, "No, I can't sing." She goes, "Yeah, well, I hear you can," because my girlfriend and all the other girls told her that I could sing. So. Anyway, she starts playing Maria, and I started singing it, and she got about 2 bars in, and she just stopped, and I ended up playing Tony on West Side Story. So that lady just recently passed away, but I've been in touch with her since 1969, and she was huge in my life, and I owe so much to her. That day that she called me up to the front of the class was. I wouldn't be here if that hadn't happened.
My cousins, Murray and Donald Davis, ran a theater in Toronto called the Crest Theater for many years. And before they did that, they were running a summer stock company in Gravenhurst and Port Carling called the Straw Hat Players. And as it happens, they rehearsed in our basement, in our house in Forest Hill in Toronto, because they had nowhere else to rehearse before they moved north. And one year they were doing a play called Portrait in Black, and it had a boy in it. And I was pretty much the closest boy around, because I was in the house where they were rehearsing. And I got good marks in oral reading, so I guess they thought I'd be okay. And that, from the rest is history, as they say.
Thank you.
We have time for maybe one more. Oh, up here. Oh.
Thank you again. So I had another question that might be a little bit harder than the last one that I asked, which is...
That was hard enough.
What is your favorite unsolved crime from real history?
Real.
Yes, that you know of.
Was the Black Dahlia still unsolved? That always kind of piqued my interest. Yeah.
I'll have to think about that one. I don't have an answer right away.
You had a question. You were. it was painful. It was painful going through all those TVs and jumping through that stuff. Thank you. Thank you.
In reflection, do you have any? Sorry. In reflection, season 8 and 9, when the character of John Goggin, Monica Reyes, that whole arc. I know it's divisive among fans, but do you have any reflections on his introduction and those 2 seasons working with Robert Patrick?
You know, when Robert came in, we were starting to flag pretty much. We were running out of gas, I think, and he came in with this tremendous energy that Robert has. If you've ever met Robert, and it really kind of recharged us and gave us kind of another, a lift and that we needed. So it was that he definitely brought that. He was a lot of fun, to hang out with, and he's I hope you get to meet him sometime if you haven't. He's pretty wild. And Annabeth, I just adored. So I still adore her, and it was always great working with her, and we made. There's another person that I maintain contact with is Annabeth. So yeah.
I don't know how they expected the show to work without the cigarette smoking man, so I think I should say it.
Okay, we got one last question here, and then if you have any other questions, you can always go up and to their table there, and they'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
How do you both feel about being pioneers in the Canadian television industry? I mean, X-Files, that's the biggest one that started the industry in Vancouver.
It's cool to have been part of I don't think we're pioneers, thank you, but
there is a sense in which we were, which I can maybe speak to because I was there before you. Because it's amazing when you think about it. When I first started to do some film work in Vancouver, I remember one of the casting directors talking to me and a couple of other actors and saying, there's this movie coming in. It's a fairly big movie, and there'll be something for everyone. Meaning that all the actors in Vancouver would get cast in this movie, all 14 of us. So how it's changed since X-Files established it as a venue for production from everywhere is just amazing. It's just exploded from there. But it was quite simple when it started in the 80s, really. And I loved the dedication on X-Files in the early years, the willingness of everyone to do the extra, the focus puller to say, no, that wasn't the best, let's shoot that one again. And that set a tone for the crews in Vancouver in general, and I think that's helped the whole explosion that's happened since then.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's like you look back, and I mean, the things we watch scenes where Jillian's talking and rain is just pouring out of her mouth while she's doing all these, saying all this dialogue. So there definitely was, and our crews were just absolutely fantastic, and they continue to grow. And like I say, there's over 40 productions going on there now. So it's in that respect, it was cool to have been part of something that really started that huge movement in Vancouver. And man, what a great city to be in and shoot. It was pretty glorious. Oh, cool.
Sweet. Okay, well, we'll wrap this up, and everybody give a round of applause for you. And they'll be upstairs at their table if you want anything signed or you want to chat with them. They'll be there and more than happy to answer your questions. So anyway, thanks guys.